Hey, it's... I'm gonna do that again. Hey, it's Diggy. So my boy, Toby, he at school does something called forest school. You've probably heard of it. It's there's lots of different ones available. Like he used to go to one on a Monday evening where he would build campfires, toast marshmallows, generally learn how to live in the wilderness. Well, not live in the wilderness, but I suppose the whole point is that you're learning survival skills at a very basic degree. And they do forest school on a Thursday, and he's really into it. And they've been doing whittling, and it turns out that he's dead good at it. And he's been making like all kinds of stuff. I mean, I've not seen any of it, but apparently he's really good at it. The teachers keep saying, yeah, he's like one of the students that's most into it. Is really into it. He uses it like a stick, and then he does whatever you do when you're whittling. He essentially he got his knife license, as they put it, which meant he's allowed now to use a knife to do his whittling. And he's dead excited about it, or he was dead excited about it. He was like, I can't wait. And all week he went on about it, going, I'm going to get to use my knife. I'm going to get to use a knife. I'm going to get to use a knife. It's great. And then the day came, and he was up early. He was like, right, Dad, I need a big breakfast today because I got to get to use my knife. I need to make sure my brain's sharp so that my concentration skills are at the best, because I want to be safe with the knife and I want to be able to listen. I'm like, oh wow, okay, he's taking this very seriously. He does when he wants something, when he likes something, he really does take it seriously. And anyway, he got to school that day, and he went to school. He came out, and I said, how did it go? He's like, well, we didn't do forest school. I was like, oh, why not? He said, well, they've cancelled it. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, the two people that do forest school, they're not allowed to do it anymore. So they've had to cancel it, but they're going to get somebody else to come and teach it instead. So I'm like, oh, right, okay. I've never found out anything about why the two people that did forest school no longer do it. But for whatever reason, they just weren't. In his words, they're not allowed to do it anymore. It might just be that the license with the school ran out, or something like that. Who knows? I don't know. I don't think there was anything nefarious. I think it was just because it was a third-party company that was coming in and doing it for the school. So I have a feeling it's probably just a licensing thing, or they've had to go to a different school or something like that. Anyway, a few weeks go by. He comes out of school one day and he says, Dad, you never guess what? I was like, what? He said, forest school's back on next week. I'm like, brilliant. And he said, that means I get to use my knife skills again. I'm like, okay. Are you sure? He said, yeah. It's forest school. It's just, it's where I was up to. I'm like, just bear in mind, it might be a different company now that's doing forest school. So they might start again, or they might do something else. I said, obviously tell them what you were doing, but I just want to, build the right expectation here. Don't expect that you'll just get a knife next week. I don't want you to be disappointed. And he's like, I won't. And he gets dead annoyed when you tell him stuff like, when you try and manage his expectations, as it were. He doesn't like it, which I kind of get, because, he's excited about something, and I'm essentially being a bit of a bummer and saying, no, it might not happen. I understand why he gets excited, but at the same time, I know he gets very upset easily if his expectations aren't met. So I like to make sure that the expectations are brought down to a reasonable level sometimes. And so the big day comes. It's forest school. He comes out of school that night, and he says, I didn't get to use my knife, Dad. I'm like, oh, that's a shame. Oh, well, there'll be other times, maybe we could look into it for you at home. Like, I'll look into maybe getting you a whittling kit or something like that. He went, well, no, it's not, it's okay. He said, the teacher said I might get to in the future, but we're doing pottery now instead of whittling. So I'm like, oh, okay. Now in my head, I'm thinking, what the hell has pottery got to do with forest school? But, you could argue, what's whittling got to do with forest school? It's all about learning skills, I suppose. It's probably something that they're just calling forest school at this point, just so that it's the same for the kids. So anyway, he said, yeah, we're doing pottery. And I went, right, okay. He said, yeah, I've made a cup. I'm like, cool. I'm thinking back to all the cups that I've made when I was in school. He said, yeah, it's not a very good cup, though. You can't drink out of it. So I'm like, oh, okay. Why can't you drink out of it? He said, well, when he said we were making a cup, I didn't realise that we were going to be making a cup to drink out of. I just thought we were making a cup shape. So I said, right, well, what does that mean? He said, well, it's not very big, and the bottom of it isn't round, but you can make it stand up if you balance it on the handle. I'm like, What do you mean the bottom of it isn't round? He said, well, I just didn't think to make... no, sorry, the bottom isn't round. The bottom isn't flat. He said, I just didn't think to make the bottom of it flat. I'm like, you didn't think to make the bottom of a cup flat? He's like, no. So what shape is it? He said, it's round. Like, you made a cup, a thing that sits on a table, round at the bottom. He's like, yeah. We're both laughing our heads off at this point at it because he's obviously understanding the ridiculousness of it. And I'm like, who doesn't think to make a cup flat? He said, I just didn't realise we were making a real cup. I thought we were going to randomly make the shape and then just like throw it all away and start again. He said, but no, he's actually setting them. They're going in a kiln. So a week later, he comes out and he went, right, Dad, don't laugh. So I'm like, okay, I won't laugh. Let's have a look. He showed me the cup, right? It's so small. It's an espresso cup, essentially. But the bottom of it isn't completely flat. And it doesn't stand up. The handle's massive. You have to balance it on the handle to get it stand up. But it does look really cool. It's actually not that bad. I really like it, but he's a bit like, yeah, if I'd have known better, I would have made it better, but I just didn't realise what they were doing with it. So, yeah, I'll include a picture of the cup. If you go to the show notes for this episode, I make just in case you don't know, on heyitsdiggy.com, I make a blog post for every single episode, so that people can read it instead of listen to it if they want to. It's a summary. It's not quite like the entire... It's not a transcript of the episode. It's an actual blog post for the episode. And I'll add the picture of the cup as the header for it, so you can see it. But I really like it, but it's not a cup. It's not usable as a cup. I suppose it is, but it'd be a mouthful and that's it. That'd be a lot. So yeah, that was Toby's cup. See you next time.